Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge 258, here to give you the 5 things that we have learned about from the Chelsea versus Brighton pre-season game. Here we go. So, let's start with the first one, which is Nicholas Jackson. Honestly, he scored 1 goal, assisted 2 goals. I think for me, Nicholas Jackson has honestly been on fire. The last 2 games he's really shown us, that he's a really good striker on a top level. Obviously, the first game was only against Wrexham, so I think at the time, we were taking it a bit like, okay, it's only Wrexham, we're not seeing that much. But, for me, link-up game, man, this is something that, when I did his the player profile on Nicholas Jackson, something that was really spoken about. He's a very good link-up player, knows when to make the right pass at the right time, and you really saw it particularly with the Madrid goal, which was, in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. That goal, man. The way they just linked up, one give and go, another give and go to this, and then Madrid just smashing it in the bottom left corner. Honestly, that was amazing link-up play to begin with. But as I was continuing onwards, yeah, his link-up play is really good. His passing again, him again, him and his passing and link up with Angelo Gabriel was really good. The one-touch passing, obviously he was a bit greedy towards the end when he could have made that final pass. But again, he's a striker. Maybe he's just hungry for more, and that's a bit understandable at that time. It's a bit understandable at that time. But again, that just comes with age. Maybe you're making the right pass or the right shot at the right time. But he's already got that in him anyways. I just think for me, man, that goal that he scored was really good. A good striker's goal. Staying on side for that goal too. We've had guys like Havertz, what I mean, he will just be completely offside and then will just miss the shot somehow as well. It will be somewhere in the stands. So having a striker that can actually make the shots is absolutely ridiculous, man. And honestly, I'm just really happy with what I'm seeing so far from Nicholas Jackson. I really want to see him now, and Poch has already spoken about it, wanting to get Jackson and Nkunku together, and Nkunku in the 10, Jackson in the number 9 position. I want to see them now, play make together alongside a Mudryk, and maybe when Madueke, hopefully he's fully fit, we can see Madueke now on the other side when he's fully fit too, and we can start seeing what we are cooking with this attack, or maybe a Kudus. You never know if that transfer does go through. So I'm really interested. But going back to Nicholas Jackson, 1 goal, 2 assists. Listen, bro, shouts out to you, man. You did a really great job. And listen, man, the future is really looking bright for you, man. The future is looking quite bright for you indeed. Let's move on to our next player, which is another goal scorer, Mykhailo Mudryk. Honestly, for me, Mykhailo Mudryk, he only played for, I think, around about half an hour, if I'm not mistaken, similar to Nicholas Jackson. But in that half an hour, he really shined, in my opinion. Was dribbling past some of the Brighton defenders. I mean, that was this ridiculous thing he did, where he literally was, running at the Brighton guy, did a crazy flick on, which was all, and then just like in 2 seconds was able to catch up to the ball before he even went out of touch. And flipping out, man, like that guy's got 99 pace on FIFA. What I mean? If you were doing FIFA stats for that guy, he's got 99 pace. You know what I'm saying? But he might be faster than Adama Traore. But honestly, man, one thing I will say about Mykhailo Mudryk, I'm really impressed by. Again, I saw that link-up play. He's finally scored his goal. Shooting technique was much better. He's trying to make the right decisions. I know initially he should have done the first-time cross to Nkunku when he was playing, which he didn't make it at the time. But I feel like he's getting better decision making. And again, similar thing under Poch, with more training, you have more on the field stuff. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing the best out of Mykhailo Mudryk very soon indeed. But listen, man, it's very good from what I'm seeing from Mykhailo Mudryk. All I want from him now, continue to do so in this directly, continue to get better, and that's what we want from Mykhailo. But today, Mykhailo, bro, you show your levels. I want to really appreciate you for what you've done here so far. So big up to Mykhailo Mudryk. The next guy I'm going to be talking about is Malo Gusto. When we were looking for a right back, honestly, for Reece to compete with Reece James, maybe someone to be the backup of Reece James, there were a number of options we had. And I really feel like Malo Gusto is failing in that position better than anyone else. Honestly, from what I've seen from Malo Gusto, it's only giving me more respect and energy to the fact that he can really compete with Reece James for his position, and if not be an extremely good backup for him. He was obviously dealing with Kaori and with Toma for the whole first half. pretty much locked him up completely. Was really good defensively. I think going forward he had his times too, but I think he was a bit more defensive in this game. But again um with our good friend Malo Gusto, I'm just appreciating the fact defend on the defensive end he's doing his job quite well, and that's something that we need. Obviously we've got the left hand side of both Chilwell and Cucurella, who are very defensively suspect at times and getting caught out quite regularly. We don't want another situation where that's happening on the right hand side as well. But Malo Gusto is doing a great job, locking that up, locking that side up, and making sure that stuff doesn't happen. But yes, the free kick may have happened when the one time he had a little slight lapse of judgment, but at the end of the day, he produced a good game. And all I can say to Malo Gusto, man, is really good game, bro. I'm really liking what you've done. You're only 19 years old too. A lot of people think he's like 22 or 23 or something, but this guy's only 19, if going on to 10. So listen, man, it's only great to see such a young player, being able to fit into his role quite well and seamlessly, man. So Malo Gusto, bro, much appreciated, much respect for you, and we look forward, man, to seeing you continue on this upward trajectory as well. You know what? Let's move on now. We've got two more players to speak about. Let's start with Levi Cole. Honestly, for me, Levi Cole had a really good game. I think today was very good in defense. Had very good interceptions and tackles when needed to be. Yes, he had that little penalty that was given, but I feel like at that time he was quite tired. He had a little lapse of judgment at that time. But again, a good thing about this is preseason. We can allow these mistakes to happen in preseason because we can see where we've gone wrong. But once we don't, and we can learn from it. If this happens in a real game, that might have costed us 3 points, might have cost us a point if we were for a draw. So at the end of the day, him making mistakes now can only be a good thing because we can see the mistakes now. He can learn from them and make sure to not try to redo them again when he's in the actual Premier League game, an FA Cup game, or a Carabao Cup game. One thing I will say that I've really got to see today in detail was those really good through balls which can break through defensive lines. Like Levi Cole, honestly, that was ridiculous. Some of those passes that he was making, and again, it just shows you like now we have like a defensive ball playing defender that can break the lines, able to bring the attack forward and everything, and it just brings a much better appreciation for me of like defenders that we have. You've also got Badia Shaw, someone else that that's his backup or can be, or as I would like to think, his fellow competitor for that position, who's doing a great job there as well. And I'm very interested, man, with Levi Cole to see where does he go next, because honestly, I feel like he can only go up. He's really one of the best up-and-coming young defenders. Today he was great. I hope to see more from him again against Newcastle, which is Wednesday going into Thursday. So I look forward to seeing some of that stuff taking place too. So again, Levi Cole, shouts out to you. Listen, man, we're looking forward to seeing even more from me too, as I've said previously. Now let's go into my final player, which is Andre Santos. Andre Santos, I feel like again today showed like his game is very mature, was doing what he could in the midfield, even though it was quite imbalanced considering the fact he was next to Gallagher, who's prone to be making a few mistakes or two, was losing out on the ball, especially when they were pressing him. He's not really that press resistant, As we all know, with Gallagher, he's not that strong either, so that affects his game particularly. But I think Angelo Gabriel did as much as he could in that lopsided midfield to protect the defense as much as he could do, considering what he had next to him. So, and again, with Andre Santos, I should say, I just feel like his game is mature. He really works well in the first phase of play. Obviously, you haven't seen him because I know that he's able to play the 8 position as well. So we're not really seeing him do something similar to what Cassidy does, where he's driving the ball up, or similar to like a Chukwuemeka, where he drives the ball up in from defense into attack. But he's obviously being a bit more of a CDM role, looking to be the destroyer role there. But at the end of the day, he did as best as he could, and that's all I can ask from him. And I'm very interested with Andre Santos. I do think that he could be a very good backup to a Caicedo if you're able to finally get him. So he could be a very good backup to him as well. So at the end of the day, man, Andre Santos, I should say, shouts out to you. I want to also give a special mention to my boy Angelo Gabriel. We had a very good few minutes on the pitch as well. He was making those making those runs, knows how to pass. And I've spoken about this previously. His game is very mature for someone of his age. His game is very mature for someone of his age, and I look forward to seeing more from him. But I do think, sadly, with the Kudus news coming in, and Madueke, who's definitely going to be going ahead of him, sadly, considering the pecking order of what the club is going. He's probably going to go out on loan to a very good team, hopefully, such as a Strasbourg, where he can get even better game time and can only improve his game further. And quick shout out to Matson as well. He's doing his thing. Honestly, bro, I do think Matson might stay at the football club, bro. I'm gonna be very real with you guys. I think Matson is more than likely going to be staying at the football club. That's just a little hunch of mine. The performances he's putting in and everything, I think Matson probably is going to stay at the football club. So that is pretty much it. So that's the video, guys. Again, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm almost at 300 subscribers, so get me to 300 subscribers, please. It would be much appreciated. And listen, man, thank you again for watching. It's always much appreciated, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll catch you guys today, sorry, if there's any more, big news, like maybe Kroos, here we go, or like another big news of like Casado, here we go, whatever it may be. But you will see me then. Until next time, guys, stay blue.